welcome to The View from Felaban. I'm talking to Pierre Stein, who is the Global Head for Climate Finance at the IFC, the World Bank's private sector arm. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Silvia.
You are about to present to the Felaban audience the report that you put together on green finance in Latin America. This is the first time that you have partnered with Felaban to conduct the report. What did you find out?
So, in this report, for the first time, we are asking Latin American banks how active they are in green finance. And some of the key findings that come out of this report is that the vast majority of Latin American banks have some activities already in this space. And we're looking at 4 areas of green finance. The first one is whether a bank incorporates energy efficiency or resource efficiency in its own operations and value chains. The second is how banks apply environmental risk management to their operations and credit portfolios. The third one is how they offer credit and other financial products to their clients that cater specifically to the green economy. And the last one is how do they incorporate the whole green finance package into their strategies.
So quite a comprehensive report, and you surveyed over 100 banks in Latin America throughout the region. So what did they tell you?
So they told us that about 3/4 of all banks actually incorporate resource and energy efficiency already in their operations. About half of the banks actually provide green finance products to their clients. And of those that don't, 88% say that they're interested or are developing products in this space.
And so what is the potential for growth for sustainable finance in the region?
So I believe the potential is quite significant. And we see this when we ask the banks, how fast are these segments growing? And over 1/3 of the banks that are offering green financial products say that they see year-on-year growth rates above 50%.
Which is quite a big percentage.
Which is quite significant. There's
Yes.
not that many business opportunities for banks that grow that fast.
Yes, and obviously sustainable finance is something that the IFC has been paying quite a lot of attention to. Can you take me through some of the other initiatives you are currently undertaking?
Sure. So we've been working with banks for 2 decades on energy efficiency, initially in Eastern Europe, and then it has really expanded into areas of renewable energy finance, climate smart agriculture, green buildings, and literally all areas of the economy. When we took a look at the investment opportunities in emerging markets last year in this space, we estimate that total investment opportunities for the green economy are about $26 trillion between now and 2030. If you look at Latin America itself, alone, we estimate that this is in the order of $2.6 trillion. And the key areas really are green buildings, transportation, including urban infrastructure, energy efficiency, in particular corporate commercial energy efficiency, renewable energy, as well as waste recycling and management.
So quite a broad range of investment opportunities there.
Yes.
Something else that you're also doing, which is very interesting, is fundraising now for a green bond fund. Tell me a little bit more about that. I know that the aim is to raise $2 billion for the funds, and it was officially announced in April. When do you plan to launch it?
Correct. We have partnered with Amundi to set up a global fund that will invest in green bonds issued by banks in emerging markets. And the intent is really to crowd in institutional investors to help develop this market in emerging markets. And clearly banks are a multiplier for green finance, and they often need the longer-term resources needed to finance renewable energy projects or green construction finance. And so, no, it's clearly a very high leverage opportunity for us to crowd in institutional investors into the space and help banks grow that business.
So you will serve as often do as a risk mitigator to allow for these investors to come in.
That's correct.
That's wonderful. Well, later on you're also going to present the Green Banks Award, so
yes.
We'll look forward to find out who will receive the prizes and of course to the presentation in just a few minutes. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you, Silvia. My pleasure.